Welcome to the Totally Honest Cooking Show. I'm Mark. Today we're doing 3 cups chicken, a traditional Chinese Taiwanese recipe that is pretty popular. Traditionally, it uses 3 cups of soy sauce, 3 cups of sesame oil, and 3 cups of some sort of rice wine. Now, the original recipe must have used a crap ton of chicken because we're only using 2 pounds of chicken, and that means most of these ingredients are going to be reduced. We've got a lot of prep work to do before we can do anything, but after that it should go pretty quickly. So let's get started. Right away we're going to need ginger. So we're going to peel some ginger. It calls for 3 inches, but I just like to get a big old hunk. Peel it with a spoon. As you can see, if you use a spoon, the peel comes off pretty quickly. If it's young enough and thin enough, you don't even really need to peel it, but I like to peel it, and I've never really been able to find anything that looked like the ginger was thin enough to not peel, but I don't know what I'm doing, so yeah. Okay, after that it says cut them into coins, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and just slice it. It doesn't have to be super thin, just do the best you can, you know. Okay. I also cut down anybody that looked like they were too big. Oh. Next up, we've got Thai basil, which we just need to pick and rinse. So we're going for about 2 cups. I didn't know how much that was. I'm bad at eyeballing store packages, so I got 2 containers. I probably only need 1, and I'll end up making some sort of Thai pesto later this week. Having given the basil a quick wash and a spin dry, we're ready with that. So now we're on to peeling 12 cloves of garlic. I'm going to go with bigger cloves because I like bigger cloves. If you're a beginner and you're not really sure what you're doing, the easiest way to peel garlic is to just give it a little smash with your knife. It'll come right out. I'm going to go do that 12 more times. Now, also remember that depending on how much force you use, there is a difference between using the knife's edge to peel the garlic and absolutely obliterate it. You don't need to crush it. And sometimes they'll just pop right out like that. You know, you do you. I recommend once you're done, keeping all your garlic in a little bowl so you can separate it out. Next up, we've got 2 green onions cut into 1-inch chunks. If anything looks particularly suspicious, feel free to peel it off. I don't always use the top parts of the green onions, and oftentimes, if I'm planning to use them that way, I shop for the ones that have the best tops, because that's what you do if you're going to do that. Okay. I think we're ready now. Let's make some freaking chicken. In front of me, we've got 1/3 cup of gluten-free soy sauce, because I can't have the high test. We've got 1/2 cup of pure sesame oil, and we've got 1 cup of sake. Now, you could use Taiwanese rice wine or Chinese rice wine, but I can't have those because they both have gluten in the starters. Hidden gluten. I hate you. We also have 3 Thai chilies. Recipe called for red, so I use 3 green because red are slightly spicier. Take the stems off. For ease of use, I'm moving the garlic and the ginger into the same vessel. Okay, we're starting on medium heat, and we're adding our 1/2 cup of sesame oil. And we're just heating this until it's fragrant and you can smell it. Well, smell it stronger than you would. You know what I mean. Yeah. Okay, once you start to smell it a little bit more, we're going to add our garlic and our ginger. And we're going to reduce the heat a little bit. We don't want to burn it. We just want to flavor the oil. While that's sizzling, I'm moving the scallions into the same container as the chilies. And we're just letting it sizzle together, flavor the oil. Now we're going to throw in our chilies and our scallions and let them simmer. Not simmer, sizzle. Sizzle. We want to sizzle. About 30 seconds. Now we're going to move everything to the outside, around the edge. I'm going to place our chicken skin side down. If you're using a smaller pan, you can crowd the pan. It'll be okay. Once that's in there, we're increasing to medium-high for about 6 minutes. And then I'll be back. Okay, at this point, we should have a nice golden color on the skin. Getting there. That one might need to swap places. Careful not to do what I just did and rip off the skin. That one looks good. That'll be my stunt chicken later, unless this one looks better. I'm gonna give it just a little while longer because it's not quite to where I want in terms of crispiness. It's starting to look good, so I'm gonna add my my soy sauce rather. I have one job here. And now I'm going to add my cup of sake. I'm hoping that's not a mistake. I had some sake in college that was quite strong. Okay, now we're bringing that to a boil. Once it's boiling, I'm going to sprinkle it with 2 tablespoons of sugar all over. Cover it, reduce to medium, and let that sit like that for 10 minutes. Okay, it's time to take the cover off. Now we're going to flip our chicken. And we're going to keep it simmering for another 10 or 15 minutes. Oh, also, you might be tempted to, like, fidget with this. Don't. Just leave it. Don't bump it. Don't stir it. Don't bop it. Don't pull it. You know, just leave it alone. Okay, it looks pretty reduced, so we're going to go ahead and cut the heat. Looks like I probably could have pulled it a couple minutes earlier, but, you know, whatever. Get myself some rice. I'm also going to go ahead and add my basil. Yeah, definitely should have pulled that earlier. Looking like I made a little mess, but that's okay. Still good. At first glance, this might not look like a winner because I definitely scorched the bottom. But it's still going to be delicious. Don't be afraid to try new things just because you make mistakes sometimes. Get some of that sauce. I'm sure it's going to be yummy. That's how it could have happened, but what if we try for the mega happy ending? Change 1. Remove the chicken when adding the soy sauce. Scrape up the fond. I think that not scraping up the fond at first might have promoted additional stickage once everything was reduced, so we're eliminating that. Throw the sake in. Put the chicken back. Sprinkle with sugar. The next thing we're going to do differently is make sure that we are watching it as it reduces to make sure that it doesn't thicken too much and then burn. Right? Pretty basic. Also, I never said where I got this recipe. I totally saw this on social media. So, yeah. Social media. Link took me to foodandwine.com, but they sourced another site, so I don't know who to credit. Okay, last time I over-reduced the sauce and you could tell it was violently boiling, and now it's not. We're going to cut the heat. We're going to add the basil. One thing that I would like to point out is that I did have a lovely meal last night using the not as good version of this that I over-reduced. It was fine. All mistakes are usually, well, all usually. Most mistakes are edible. Most mistakes. And I was thinking about releasing the video with the mess up because, you know, totally honest cooking show style. But then I thought I do still have the ingredients, so let's just do the mega happy ending and keep pushing. This is not wilting as much as I would like, so I'm going to turn the heat back on. Just let it wilt a little bit. That's all we're going for. We want some color in our presentation. I'm going to serve this over rice. So I'm just going to pick a nice piece. Stick it in there. Get some of this Thai basil. Get a little bit of everybody. Get a little bit more sauce. Then to decorate it, we're going to add some sesame seeds. Just for the gram, you know. Okay. So even if you make mistakes, it's still going to be delicious. But look at what it looks like if you don't make mistakes. I bet it's still going to be delicious. Anybody can cook, especially you. Sometimes it just takes a couple tries, you know? Like, subscribe, ding the little bell, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye.